There's an old saying, the devil is in the details. And this is usually applied to things like contracts, where the loopholes, the workarounds, the different things that are harming or bad are hidden in the small details that nobody will read. But I think the opposite is also true. While the bad things in a document can be hidden in the details, I think that the good things are also hidden in the details. And so sometimes people might look at my messages about words. They might listen to my messages about definitions and the intent of words, and they might just kind of shrug their shoulders and dismiss it and say, you're just nitpicking. You're just, focusing on these little details that don't mean anything. It doesn't change anything. But I think that the details do change a lot. And while one word meaning or one phrase meaning isn't going to change the entire scripture, when you pair it with the next one and the next one and the next one, these together, they add up and they make a difference in our understanding. And so our messages might not be like these something groundbreaking or huge or emotional, but when you put it all together, that's when it becomes exciting, and it is exciting. Sometimes when I'm reading and translating as I'm going, I go, okay, that word, that's what this word means, and that's the original intent of that word, and that's what this phrase means. And each one individually isn't really exciting, but when you finish the passage, then it gives new light and new understanding to that entire passage, where sometimes I'm just sitting there in awe with my mouth hanging open going, oh, that's what that means. All right, I get it now. So focus. I think focusing on the small details is important. And so in this day and age, it's easy to do so. There's lots of software and programs that help you to understand the Greek words and the Hebrew words, and these things can help us. And so we don't really have the excuse anymore of, I'm not a Greek scholar, or I'm not an expert in Hebrew. We have these devices that we can go to, and that's what I do. And if I still can't get at it, then I go on to forums of language where there are experts, and there you can talk to the expert in Hebrew and say, what does this word mean? What is the original intent in this context, of the scripture? And they can help you. Sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes they're very right and very helpful. So you have to get the majority of the evidence. If the evidence says this word means this, and then this guy, the so-called expert, says the word means something different, then I always err on the side of the evidence, the majority of the evidence. So it's fun to search and seek. We're supposed to seek and search, and it does make a difference. The details do make a difference. So instead of saying the devil is in the details, I like to say that God is in the details. Because when we pay attention to the details, when we do our homework, that is when the light shines on the truth.